lowest cruelty that can be inflicted on a human being is isolation. I hate imperialism, I detest colonialism, and I fear the consequences of their less bitter struggle for life. We are determined that our nation, and the world as a whole, shall not be the plaything of one small corner of the world. Let us not be bitter about the past, but let us keep our eyes firmly on the future. We are living in the world of fear. The life of man today is corroded and made bitter by fear. Fear of the future, fear of the hydrogen bomb, fear of the ideologies. Perhaps this fear is a greater danger than the danger itself, because it is fear which drives man to act thoughtlessly, to act dangerously. We must uphold national unity, build our revolutionary forces into one powerful wave to sweep away our main enemy, political imperialism and economic imperialism. We are a fighting nation, continually struggling to overcome diseases from within and to face up to foreign intervention from without. If I am not mistaken, it was a British poet who said that no one is properly dressed unless he wears a smile. Not only should the Indonesian people believe in God, but every Indonesian should believe in his own God. Never ever forget history. I don't want to be a dictator because it's contrary to my own conscience. I'm a Democrat, but I don't desire democratic liberalism. On the contrary, I won't guide democracy. I have a conception of my own, which I will put at the disposal of the party leaders if required. The principle of building an economy without foreign monopoly capital has become a principle which, for us, is no longer subject to abandonment. The defense of the revolution is the defense of the people. I'm not an economist. I'm not a business technician. I'm a revolutionary, and I do what is right for an economic revolutionary. Even a child, if he looks at a map of the world, can point out the Indonesian archipelago forms one unity. On the map, there can be shown a unity of the group of islands between two great oceans, the Pacific Oceans and the Indian Ocean, and between two continents, the continent of Asia and the continent of Australia. It is, of course, true that I have given priority to the settling of the problem of security and the problem of Irian Barat. Although I know that in order to do these things, almost 3/4 of our nation product had to be spent. Which other people in this world stop up holes in their sidewalks with cassava, brothers and sisters? Only Indonesia itself, account of the abundance of its food. Peking welcomed me with tremendous paradise and gun salutes. The people with me are proud of me, proud that our downtrodden country has taken its place among the great nations. And now, people of America, I ask you, why didn't Eisenhower accord me the same respect? Hatta always gave the impression of rain. If I was in a real good mood and full of ideas, and then happened to encounter Hatta, I felt I was suddenly surprised by a shower of rain, and got wet all over the body. My good mood was gone, and also my ideas. Like David Copperfield, I was born amidst poverty and grew up in poverty. I did not own shoes. I did not bathe in water from a tap. I did not know about fork and spoons. It has been the case from some time that I have made myself dizzy thinking about the fact that the implementation of the threefold program of the government, above all in the area of food and clothing, has been experiencing difficulties. I like Kennedy. So far, he is the only American president who could talk with me and with whom I could talk. I know Johnson, but I have not yet a clear opinion of him. We must have a blueprint, not only for a guide economy, but for a social order based on justice and ensure the well-being of the people. I love life. If I used to say that Indonesian will be free when the corn ripens, I cannot say the Indonesian will be free before it blooms. At least Russia and China didn't call us names when we smiled sweetly at America. The sophisticates of Java, the traders of Sumatra, the peasants from the other islands found no common ground during siesta time from 1 to 5. The Islamic group meet separately, the nationalist group meet separately, and Federalists and Unitarian met separately. To me, both the Declaration of Independence and the Communist Manifesto contain underlying truths, but the West doesn't permit a middle road. I was well not on television or Wild West sagas, but on stories of nationalism and patriotism. I would sit at my mother's feet by the hour and drink in these exciting tales of the freedom fighters in our family. Am I not peaceful? We want to be free, completely free. Free to be free. We want to be life alone. What exactly did Syria do for the Republic? His entire underground effort can be summed up by saying that he sat quietly and safely away somewhere listening to a clandestine radio. Upbuilding is necessary for uplifting of our soul. Indonesia must be a strong country, picked with factories. This is our utopia. Our socialism does not include extreme materialistic concepts. Since Indonesia is primarily a God-fearing, God-loving nation, our socialism is a mixture. We draw political equality from American Declaration of Independence. We draw spiritual equality from Islam and Christianity. We draw scientific equality from Marx. Even if you were a general in 1945, if you split the revolutionary nation unity today, if you are an enemy of the main pillars of the revolution today, then you have become a force of reaction. We are not facing great economic difficulties. The Indonesian people are faring responsibly well. Just compare us to India or some other countries. I'm embrace the PKI because it is a revolutionary force. PKI go forward. PKI never retreat. PKI grow. PKI be strong. Onward. I am very unhappy about reports that I was seeking asylum in Manila. They intoxicate the masses until they were headly with the wine of the inspiration was all I live for. To me, this was elixir. I wax lyrical. Literally, I'm overcome. And is it transmitted to my listeners? What America did in Vietnam and the Congo, we failed, and as a result come these demonstrations. I'm not defending the act of the burning USES books. We deplore it, but we can understand the motives of the students. If you truly understand, remember, and love the people of Indonesia, let us accept this principle of social justice. This is not only political equality, but we must create equality in the economic field too, which means the best possible well-being. I always start from the standard. Is it imperialism that needs us? Not we who need the imperialists. We feel free. Now we are really separate land. This is the great advance of teaching ourselves to become a free people, no longer one that always asks, aid, aid, please. Yes, definitely, we want to see E or B or C so forth live safely and soundly. But as mortal creatures, they will disappear in the end. No, we are not struggling above all else for mortal individuals, but rather for the idea of the glorious and powerful nation which sustains the 80 million Indonesians. I would adore to make up with the United States of America. Oh, America, what is the matter with you? Why cold you have been, my friend? America likes you only if you are on the side she selects. If you don't go along with her totally, you are automatically considered to have entered the Soviet bloc. How terrifically dynamic is our time. We can mobilize all the spiritual, all the moral, all the political strengths of Africa and Asia on the side of peace. Yes, we, the people of Asia and Africa. Indonesia is rich in natural resources. Indonesia is rich in manpower with its 103 million inhabitants, not like Malaysia with its 10 million. Insofar as Pancasila is concerned, I'm only its formulator, a formulator of those feelings which have been present silently in the heart of the Indonesian people. Cross Malaysia, Indonesia may change its tactics, but our goal will remain the same. I, myself, and sometimes fed up with Hatta's policies. Hatta and I sometimes bug each other, but omitting Hatta from the proclamation text. That is the action of a coward. If some nation says to us, you can have aid, but you have the end confrontation, then I say, go to hell with your aid. If Marcos wants to aid Malaysia, that's his business, but we will continue to crush Malaysia, even if we have to fight alone. No one see record. We want Bung Hatta. I don't need him, just as also I did not need Sarir, who refused to show himself at the time of the reading of proclamation. Indeed, I could do it myself, and indeed, I did it